Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to today's episode of 14 kph or Karla's Power Hour. This morning, I was tasked to talk about millennial entrepreneurial initiatives of today to over 100 business students from different universities all over Davao City. And for that talk, I delivered the 4 most common mistakes that millennials make when starting a new business. So I recently read that if you ask fresh graduates how many of them want to start a business, 33% of them will answer that they want to start a business during the first 5 years after graduation. Most of them will, of course, want to be employed for a bit, and they want experience in bigger corporations, and they want experience in the industry that they want to eventually have a business at. But 33% or one third of these fresh graduates also want to take the plunge and just start their own business. So, with my experience doing businesses for over 10 years, I have also personally started more than 10 businesses. Of course, not all of these businesses have been successful. Before, I had a meat processing business where we delivered processed meat to malls in the outskirts or in provinces. And then I also had a business where we did fish farming. I also had a business where I tried to be an agent to buy and sell cars. I also tried to sell perfume, clothes, and diet pills. So I've started a lot of businesses before, and these businesses didn't flourish because of these 4 mistakes, and partly because I didn't like what I was doing. Really, I was merely following the money, and I was merely following what other people told me when they said, "Hey Karla, you're really good at speaking and selling, and you have a huge network. Maybe, or most likely, this business will be useful for you, and you can make a lot of money just doing this business and doing it seriously." So sadly, I didn't really take them seriously because I didn't like doing it in the first place. However, there will be fresh graduates and millennials who know what they love to do and know what kind of business, or have an idea what kind of business they want, but they keep making these 4 mistakes, and these 4 mistakes will eventually lead them to fail in doing business. So I will share these 4 mistakes with you, and I hope that so you can avoid it and you can learn your lesson before you actually experience it, because that's what I don't want to happen to you. Like, I don't want you to learn it after it has happened to you. I want you to prevent it from happening and maybe improve your processes along the way. Okay? So, first mistake, most most young entrepreneurs have a big idea. They have a big idea, and they feel that their idea will be the big idea. And sometimes they also believe that if they don't have a big idea, then it's difficult for them to start a business. Okay? Most startup entrepreneurs get obsessed with either their idea or their idea of having to find a big idea in order to start a successful business. Okay? So this is what you should know. Starting a business and selling something only means that you have to solve a particular problem, or you have to get a certain type of person to a particular outcome that person desires. So number one, if you can still see problems all around you, people unhappy and people who are not satisfied, then there is an opportunity for you to still do business. Next is, if you can feel like you can deliver a particular outcome to a particular set of people, and this is the outcome that they desire, and then you can provide that channel or that vehicle for them, then that can be a possible successful product or service. So you just look at your surroundings, be mindful of your surroundings, and you look at what problems people are having and what kind of dissatisfactions they have. And in between these things, in those pockets of dissatisfaction, you can find a successful business opportunity. So if you personally are part of the target market, then that's good. You can solve your own problems, you're part of the target market, and it's easier for you to know how to how to answer people's problems. Okay, so one of my businesses is a creatives and VA placement agency where we matchmake virtual assistants and high-level graphic artists, copywriters, video editors to um, clients who are high-level marketers, consultants, and small business owners. So me as a business owner also appreciate the kind of convenience and time that I would save if I just hire someone to do the hiring for me, the selection, the classification, the interviews, and the pouring through of dozens of applications. And aside from that, I would also appreciate as a business owner the extra filter and the extra blanket of safety that I can be provided if I hire a legitimate agency. So that's what I saw as a business owner, and that's what I took. And then I was able to partner with someone who has a huge VA and freelancer network, and we were able to launch the business. So, and because I have a partner who has that network, my only task now is to do what I do best, which is to sell and to market that service to prospect clients, which leads us to lesson number 2. Again, one of the most common mistakes is that a lot of startup entrepreneurs focus on their opening and launching rather than selling. Okay, let me tell you a story. So if you've seen the movie Joy with Jennifer Lawrence as their lead actress, then you will appreciate this lesson most. So in that movie, Joy was an inventor. She invented a particular kind of mop which is made of absorbent cotton, and it's very convenient for a mother or for a housekeeper or even a father who cleans the house, because it's made of absorbent cotton, and then the edge part of the mop, you can just take it out or dismantle it and then throw it in your washing machine, and then it cleans it, and then when it's clean and dry, you can put it back in the mop again, meaning you can use your mop for longer, and you might only need one mop for the rest of your life because you only have to, wash and use, wash and use, wash and use. So it was a really amazing invention. However, her problem was that she didn't know how to sell it. So one day, through her network, she was able to book airtime on TV to sell her mop to thousands of viewers of late night TV shopping. So when she got that deal, the TV producer convinced her that she should prepare at least 50,000 units of that mop, and then she didn't have the money because she was starting out. So what she did was that she remortgaged her house and she borrowed a huge amount of money, thousands of dollars, from her father's girlfriend. And then she was able to produce the mops. The problem was, on the day that she was about to sell the mops on TV, she froze. The lights intimidated her. She didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to do. She didn't have any sort of experience or training. And that's where her mistake lies. The thing is, she created a product which was amazing and had amazing results. She was able to convince the board to show it on TV. However, she forgot to learn how to talk to her end market or to the customer. So she doesn't know how to sell it, and that's how she started her business in a difficult time. So she didn't sell during her first round of airtime, and the TV producer cut her out of the show. So she went home. Of course, she cried. She thought it was over. She was having problems how to sell the 50,000 units. And then she convinced the producer to give her one more chance. On her second chance, she learned how to sell it, and she sold a lot of units on the first go. So she can solve this problem if only she learned how to sell before she launched her product, because she went to the smaller stores before she went on TV. She went to the neighborhood stores, but she couldn't convince them to put it in their window display. She went to nearby fairs, but she just couldn't sell it. Basically, she needed time to sit down with someone and explain it in a very technical way, and she didn't know showmanship. She didn't know how to talk to a client persuasively. She didn't know which buttons to push and what motivations to push. She had to learn it the hard way, and even her best friend had to help her through when she was on TV. So Now, if you're launching or opening your business, do not obsess about what colors the flowers should be, how big the balloons should be, or what the menu is, or what the design of the invitation should is. What you should think about is, will your product sell? How will you do it? What's your target number of products or services or sets that you're targeting to sell to at least keep your business afloat for the next 6 months? Once you learn how to sell and once you have a proven way how to sell your products or your services, then you can worry about the menial things in your opening. So the next mistake that most millennial entrepreneurs make is that, I know social media is very big, but most millennials think that social media marketing is everything, but it's not. In terms of marketing and advertising, there are two kinds of advertising. There's below the line advertising and above the line advertising. So you can Google these things and then you can learn what they are. But what I'm saying is that no, you cannot just do marketing. You cannot just post things on social media and call it marketing and that's all there is, because the process of marketing is any form of activity that leads to customer satisfaction. So from the moment that you excite them, your first point of contact with them, whether they see you on TV, on a poster, on a billboard, on their phones, when they see you on the shelf, from that to your after sales, everything is marketing and everything is branding as well. And it's what makes your product, it's what makes your service, and it what makes your clients build a gut feel about your product, your service, or your brand. So you should look for the best ways to market your products, and you should meet where your clients are at. So read about different kinds of advertising and marketing and try to find out which one is the best mix for you. It can be all Facebook, probably it can be all Instagram, probably it can be all print ads, So there's different kinds of people and different kinds of media, and all you need to do is to study and research which one is the most effective and which mix. So sometimes it can be a mix of different things, is the best for your business. So if you're also just starting out, then it's the best for you to consult a professional about this. Which leads us to our last point. So most millennial entrepreneurs, because they're so obsessed with their idea, and when they're done figuring out how to sell, and when they've finally made their research about the marketing and stuff, sometimes they still fail because of one thing, and that is lack of experience. So what will give them an advantage, or somehow like a band-aid or a helping hand or a bridge to getting to the right results, even if they don't have the right experience? So the fourth mistake that you should avoid is that do not start a business if you have not built a solid network of business people. For me, this was really crucial because some businesses I didn't have anyone. I only had myself, and I got obsessed in my idea. And because I was intellectually arrogant, I also thought that all my ideas will be correct and it will work. But sadly, it didn't always work. And that's why I had to reach out for help from other people. But sometimes it will be too late. You've already lost money or whatever. So I urge you that before you start your business, you build a strong support network, which I advise is made up of 5 people. Number 1, I want you to have your own mentor or your business coach. Someone who has been doing businesses far longer than you, someone who has a non-debatable and an unshakable streak of success with regards to building businesses, both brick and mortar and online, or national, international, or local, home-based, office. The broader her or his experience is, the better. This person will also be the best person to teach you about one of the most difficult things in business, which is cash flow management. So if someone is legit and has legitimately built businesses and has helped other businesses to do so, then that person will most likely be able to help you. Another useful person is a corporate lawyer. So in case you have questions about business law and legalities, contracts, obligations, so you can talk to your lawyer friend about it, or someone that you can hire on retainer. Another person that I find useful is a PR professional. So I'm lucky that I'm a PR professional and advertising professional, so I do my PR in all of my businesses. But for most of my clients, even if they have completed their office and their company, and they seem to have everything running right, they still believe that getting a PR professional is good, because this person can spin stories when the public is against you, or can help you deliver the right messaging for your branding, and can help think of fresh ways to reach out to your market. So personally, that's how important I think a PR person is, and that's why no matter how busy I am, I still make time to do and plan PR for all of my businesses. Next is a certified public accountant. They will help you balance your books and deal with legalities about running your business and your licenses. Lastly, I believe that you should also be friends with a high reach influencer. So if you have something rush that you need to announce, or if you have something that you want to go viral, or at least reach to a bigger audience, then you can reach out to this high reach influencer, and you can convince the person or tell the person to do part of the promotions for you. So these people, you don't worry, because you don't have to hire all of them full time. You can hire them part time. You can hire them on retainer. You can also hire them for particular billable hours. If you get a lawyer for 1 hour of consultation, an accountant, or a PR professional, then you can just get these people when you think that you need them. What's important is you should always have these people, especially the mentor, especially the business coach, on speed dial, and these should be people that you trust fully and that are 100% invested in your success. Okay, so let's recap. Four most common mistakes that millennials make with starting their businesses. Number one, they get obsessed about their big idea rather than the results and the outcome that they're trying to sell. Number two, a lot of millennial entrepreneurs obsess about the opening and the menial information. What they're forgetting is that they haven't even figured out how to sell yet, or how to sell to the mass market, or even their target market. Number three mistake is that some millennial entrepreneurs also think that marketing is merely posting on Facebook and on social media and on Instagram and something like that, but that's not everything. See, social media is already very crowded, and if you think that that's the only way that you can market it, you won't even try other ways, then it will be very difficult for you to push your brand. Number four, and lastly, this is very important, you should build yourself a very strong support network, which may or may not be composed of these people. Number one, very important, your business coach or your mentor. Number two, corporate lawyer. Number three, PR professional, accountant, certified public accountant at that, and lastly, a high reach influencer. So thank you so much for staying. It's quite a long video, and see you for tomorrow's episode of 14 kph. Don't forget, on September 18, I'll be announcing something very important, very exciting, and I really hope that you get the first dibs for it. Bye, thank you, and have a great Sunday.